Good evening and a warm welcome to the State of Business. I'm Nishani Pigera. As usual, a look at the headlines first. Ministerial committee appointed to negotiate and study Hambantota Port Agreement. And Minister Malik Samaravikrama says Hambantota Port Agreement will be signed this month. In tonight's main story, a ministerial subcommittee headed by Dr. Sarath Amunugama has been appointed to negotiate and evaluate the proposed agreement on Hambantota Port's equity transfer. The committee also includes Ministers Ravi Karnanayaka, Nima Siripala de Silva, Arjuna Rantunga, Sagala Ratnayaka and Malik Samaravikrama. Addressing the media at the Finance Ministry today, Minister Samaravikrama emphasized that still the discussions on the agreements are underway.
There was no delay. We are hoping to sign it within the month of January. We never said that we are signing it on the 7th. What we are saying is that it's under discussion now. We have to sign, in fact, 3 agreements. One is the joint venture agreement with the China merchants, so that we have to form a company, local company, that is a shareholders agreement. Then we have to look at a lease agreement between the SLPA and that company which will be registered here. And then the third one, which is the crucial one, is the concession agreement between that Sri Lankan registered company and the government of Sri Lanka and SLPA.
He said that the company that will be registered here will have the controlling powers of the Hambantota port. The new company's equity will be shared 80 to 20 basis between the China Merchants Port Company and SLPA. The minister noted that the framework agreement on the Hambantota port was signed after obtaining necessary approvals from the other ministers of the cabinet.
As far as the port is concerned, the land identified is about 1,200 acres. This land is required for the port services as well as for a refinery, a dockyard, LNG terminal, a cement plant. These projects are already being discussed and on the verge of being finalized.
Minister Ravi Karnanayaka said through the negotiations, attempts will be made to bring in maximum benefits for Sri Lanka and added that this Chinese company will have to invest $600 million to improve the facilities at the port.
What we want to do is to get the 1.1 billion that is coming, the 80% of the total cost that has been sunk in owing to the Rajapaksa uneconomical transaction. What we'll do is, when the money comes in, we will look at what are the high rate of interest that they have borrowed. We'll first pay those off. And if what we are getting, and depending on the rate that exists, we will pay off or hold back depending what it is. If it's a lower rate, now there are definitely 2% concessional loans also. Why should we pay that off and ensure that we have opportunity loss? So we will prudently, judiciously ensure that we utilize the funds in order to ensure that we pay in the correct manner that is required.
Meanwhile, Ministers Akila Viraj Karyavasam and Mohanlal Grero discussed the proposed Hambantota port deal at separate media conferences.
අපි කැමති නෑ ආණ්ඩුව වශයෙන් අපි ජනතාවගේ කරමත මේ බර පටවන්න. අපි තීරණය කරා මේ ණය අපි උපායශීලීව මේ ණයට මුහුණ දෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒ වගේම තරුණයට රැකියාව බිහි කරන්න ඕනේ. ආර්ථිකය ශක්තිමත් කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒ නිසා තමයි අපි තීරණය කරේ චීනයේ සමාගමත් සමග සම්බන්ධ වෙලා මේ ණය ඩොලර් බිලියන 1.1කට වැඩි වෙන ණය සම්පූර්ණයෙන් ඒ අපිට ලැබෙනවා. මේ ණය ගෙවලා ජනතාවට අය කරන මේ බද්ද පැත්තකින් තියලා ඊට උපක්‍රමයක් වශයෙන් සින්නක්කර අයිතියට ලබා නොදී බදු කිවිසුමකට යන්න අපි තීරණය කරා.
මේක බොහොම සරල කිවිසුමක්. ඒක ඇත්තට මේක ගැඹුරු යෝජනා මුකුත් නැහැ. ඒක තමයි මේ හම්බන්තොට 7 වෙනිදා කරන්න තිබුණේ. ඒක පවා කල් දාලා තියෙනවා දැන්. ඒ මොකද මේ මහා උඹස් බියක් මවලා හාමුදුරු ගොල්ලන්ට කියලා මේක ඔක්කොම නැති වෙයි කියලා. මේ විදිහට කකුලෙන් අදිනකොට මහා මාර්ග හැදුවා නම් කෝටි ගණන් වියදම් කරලා. වරායවල් හැදුවා නම් මහ විශාල ණය අරගෙන ඩොලර් බිලියන 1.2 ණය අරගෙන ඒ වරාය හැදුවා නම් ගුවන් තොටුපොළ හැදුවා නම් දැන් මේවා අර යුද්ධෙට නැති කඩුව කොස් කොටන්නද කිව්වා වගේ ඔහොම තියන් ඉන්නද?
Minister Samaravikrama further said that the government will inaugurate a plan to establish economic zones in the southern region of the country. He said it will create a large number of employment opportunities for the youth. These economic zones will be set up in 95% of unoccupied state lands.
අපි 15000ක් අක්කර කිව්වට හම්බන්තොටෙන් විතරක් නෙමෙයි. අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ හම්බන්තොටෙන් අක්කර 4000ක් 5000ක් වගේ. ඒ වගේම මත්තල මොණරාගල පැත්තේ ඇඹිලිපිටියේ මාතර වෙන දිස්ත්‍රික් වලත් ආර්ථික කලාප ඇති කරන්න. කිසිම පන්සලක් පල්ලියක් කෝවිලක් අපි අත ගහන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ වගේම මං හිතන්නේ මේ අක්කර 15000ක් දිස්ත්‍රික් දෙක හතරකින් විතර එනකොට පෞද්ගලික ඉඩම් 105ක්වත් අපිට ගන්න වෙයි කියලා මම හිතන්නේ. එහෙම ගන්නවා නම් ඒ අය සමග සාකච්ඡා කරලා වන්දි ගෙවලා කැමැත්තෙන් දෙන එකෙන් තමයි අපි ගන්න බලාපොරොත්තු.
The State of Business will return with more news after this short break. Do stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching The State of Business. The Central Bank Governor Dr. Indrajit Kumaraswamy says the Sri Lankan economy is stabilizing and as a result, greater investment activity could be expected in 2017. The Central Bank Governor said this addressing a media conference at the Central Bank premises recently.
There are significant downside risks because of the drought, which will have an impact on agriculture, which will have and the implications on power generation, we don't know. It's too early to tell as to how severe the impact will be. But the fact that the economy is stabilizing, we hope will result in greater investment activity amongst both the domestic and foreign investor community. So we see that as part of the natural progression that as the economy becomes more stable, that you see investment picking up and driving growth. The port city investment is coming in. I don't know how much of the investment in Hambantota will actually come in time to this year. I think even the port has a kind of an extension component. So that's again construction activity. And they, I think in the early stages they want to build a cement factory and LNG plant, etc. So there could be construction activity which could kick in this year around the Hambantota program, though the main impact will be, I think, in another 2-3 years' time.
The governor also said it is very difficult to defend exchange rate continuously by infusing funds from the country's external reserves. He pointed out that the central bank had infused a large amount of dollars to defend the rupee against the dollar.
Very difficult to defend an exchange rate through spending your reserves. And as I said in my remarks, which my colleagues produced the data, we spent large amounts of money in 2010-2011. I think almost 4.1 billion in 2011-2012, and at the end we had to depreciate by 14%. And then in 2015 we spent some 2.1 billion, and again had to depreciate by I think 8 or 9%. So if you are going to have to depreciate anyway, it doesn't seem sensible to spend large amounts of reserves defending the currency, because you're going to end up depreciating at the end of the day. Doesn't really make sense. And that currency, that reserves are just burnt up. That's it. One of the most dangerous things for a central bank governor to do is to talk about the exchange rate and try to predict. But what we are trying to do is to try and create a framework whereby we look at our inflation rates, the inflation rates of our trading partners and competitors, and to see where the real effective exchange rate is. And within that framework to try to have a competitive exchange rate. But we will move slowly.
Stocks ended in the red today. Let's find out why after this break. Welcome back to the show. A look at the market activities today. Trading at the Colombo Stock Exchange ended in a negative note today, with both indices recording losses. The all share price index dropped 5.61 points to close at 6,147.52, while the S&P SL20 index shed 0.77 points to close the session at 3,446.98. Turnover was 802 million rupees and 11.8 million shares were traded. The SPI edged down as a result of price losses in counters such as Cargill's, HMR Holdings and Carson's Cumberbatch. Meanwhile, high net worth and institutional investor participation was witnessed in John Keells Holdings and Singer Sri Lanka, whilst mixed interest was observed in Axis Engineering. Foreigners remained active, closing as net sellers, mainly due to foreign selling in John Keells Holdings. Up next are the day's forex rates. And with that, we wrap up for tonight. Do join us again tomorrow at the same time. Thank you for watching. Have a pleasant evening.